episode 110. And welcome into the Bench is Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, who didn't do good last week, and they went 3-4. So, yeah, 3-4.
Ooh, shitty. I'm Tyler Coe, and I represent the Los Angeles Dodgers.
No, you don't.
Fuck you. Went 4-2. Okay, little 4-2. Little sweep of the Cincinnati Reds. Going into Atlanta hot. It's going to be great. Let's just hit something off the rip, okay? Real quick. A lot of people were getting all up in arms about the left on base. Dodgers had 33 guys left on base because they're dumb. Because you're all fucking idiots. Left on base can be looked at two ways. It can be looked at a team stat, which we all know 9 times 3 is 27. Yes, we get that. Or an individual stat. So individually, the Dodgers players left 33 men on base. So there you go. A simple Google search would have told you that. Also, to the people who dress up as superheroes up in our shit, you're so lame. So lame. Yeah, we don't care. You dress up as superheroes. That's totally fine. A lot of people not down with Pride Night. I don't get it. I think they're worried about catching the gay as well, and it just doesn't make any sense. And they're just so fired up, like fake virtue signaling. It's all about money. Go woke, go broke, go fuck yourself. How about that? Keep dressing up as superheroes. Do that. See where it gets you.
That's hilarious that was said. Both of those. It was all for money and then go woke, go broke, because that would be kind of the opposite. Both. It's either it's going to make you money, or it's going to
Dodgers sold like 15,000 separate tickets to Pride Night through like the separate Pride package. So, you know, in cool states
Pride
where
packages.
Like we don't have things ass backwards, makes a lot of sense for all you morons that probably live in the South. Because let's be honest, we don't care about those people. We don't want to live in that shithole. The Braves suck, and we're going to get into that later. Okay? Yeah, well, I know we feel the same about that after what you just had to go through. Yeah. But let's get into some baseball, huh? Let's
talk about the baseball.
Told the superhero cosplay weirdos to get lost. Let's talk about baseball.
Yeah, all my animals are named after superheroes, so
that's dumb. Cape shit is so lame. I don't understand that. Yeah. We're anti-cape shit here. Cape shit is so lame. Let's talk about baseball. Let's talk about some real sports, huh?
Yeah, let's do that. I feel like you're setting it up for me to go first. So I'm going to go first. And I'm going to go back to a time.
I would love to hear your thoughts.
I'm going to go back to a time where I was a happy guy.
When things were better for you?
We're going to go to Pittsburgh, where we start at game 1. They won 2-0. Rodon dominates, and his arm does not fall off. Gonzo, he's getting Rookie of the Year votes from me. People are talking about it. He does it with the glove, throwing people out, hitting bombs. Jock hits a bomb. Everything's great. Game 2, even more good time. Good time. Who am I, Borat? They win 7-5. Wilmer hits a bomb. Slater hits a bomb. And they walk a shitload of times. That's what happened in game 2. And then in game 3, they just didn't squeeze it out. Hey, you can't sweep everyone. Sweep is hard. Everything's great. You're still in the series. Cobb comes back and he's all right. But Jack Sawinski is a dick. 3 bombs from, some dude I've never heard of, and even hitting the rare Roger homer. That kind of sucked. And going into Atlanta, you're like, hey, you feel good. You know what? Probably going to get the split, but who knows? Might be able to sneak out 3 out of 4. Game 1, Logan Webb is just the man, but he gets fucking caned going 7 innings and giving up 1 run. Doesn't get a loss, but gets a no decision because Fried matched him. They left 18 runners on base. Remember the math that we talked about. Slater.
Dude, that's impossible, bro. You can only leave 9 guys on base.
Enough, Fat Thor. Game 2. of this series. Disco comes back and looks good for 2, but can't get it together for the 3rd. Gives up 4 runs and home runs, and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. They probably lost the game. 9, I say, because we have a guy named Austin Wins who hits just a triple short of the cycle, which pretty much means he wasn't fucking close to the cycle. But everything was looking good, especially because in game 3 into the 8th, you think that you got this guy in the bag because Rodon is a monster, but then he gets caned even harder, going 7 innings and striking out 10, giving up the 1 run. But McGee gives up his first run since coming off the IL in May 30th, blowing the save and the game. Sadness, right? And then you're like, okay, you know what? If they just get the split tomorrow, no big deal. But they didn't do that in game 4. Wood gets pecker slapped out of the game
because they
second
suck.
Inning. He doesn't even get it out in the second inning, gives up 6 runs. Bullpen did hold up its end of the bargain on this game. It just seems like the guys, they can't get all their ducks in a row and like, it'd be great if they just, the starter was shitty and the bullpen was shitty and we just a throwaway game. And then, a good start, good bullpen, get the win. Maybe we should write that down, send it into their, into the locker room, see what happens. But the bullpen does have a good game, but the offense can't save them. Slater hits a bomb and an RBI knock. Jock hits his second bomb of the series. He gets his ring. And it's not good times. I am no longer looking at the division standings at the moment. You were so close. We were like in sniffing distance 3 games back. I think even for a day, we're like 2.5 back. And then
5.5, my friend.
Now we are.
It's not so much sniffing distance. 5.5 back.
And
it feels so good.
There's 2 games that were very winnable. Man, it just sucks. It is not fun here in Giants land. And that is what happened in the week. I don't know exactly.
Never was fun for Giants fans. Never will be. Let's talk about real baseball. What everyone's really here to hear.
Your church league.
Really here to hear. Mm-hmm. Dodgers finished off the homestand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was killing it in my softball league today. So
NBD.
I'm pretty much pro, guys. It is what it is. Dodgers finished off the homestand against the Cleveland Guardians. I was in attendance for Friday's shit show where
you weren't.
Where we lost in extra innings because we refuse to try to bunt a guy over with no outs and on second base. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was Gavin Lux on second base. The second fastest guy on the team, who's very fast. He's basically as fast as Trey Turner. Bunt him over, hit a sac fly, you tie the game back up, and you... Yeah, okay. Buster Posey with his fake leg because he's a little baby.
Man's a saint. You shut your mouth.
Just super frustrating, dude. Fuck you. Just the lack of willingness to just lay down a goddamn bunt. Just do it. It's so fucking frustrating. So they lose a close game. Saturday rolls around. They get the win. And then Sunday happens. And your favorite pitcher, Craig Kimbrell, comes into the game. Dude,
40 saves this year.
I can't. I just can't anymore. He gives up 2 runs, and that's it. Like we were up by 1, and then we were down by 1, but then he gives up 2, and the game totally gets out of. It's not even in reach at that point. I just don't understand. The dude gives up base runners and hard contact every single time he comes in. It's not that he's walking guys. His stuff's just not that good. It's not electric. It's just dudes are shelling him, and we just keep throwing him back out there. Even one of the games in Cincinnati where we had a big lead got kind of shaky for a minute because of him. So I'm tired of seeing Craig Kimbrell. Okay, we lose the series to Cleveland. Then we go to Cincinnati, where the Dodgers just started, as you would say, dropping dick everywhere. There's dudes hitting balls all over the place. Pitching didn't even look that good. The major league, the best pitcher in the majors right now, Tony Gonsolin. Okay. Undisputed best pitcher in all of baseball.
Okay.
Didn't even look that great. Still comes out with a dub. 9-0. League leading low ERA. You suck. Tyler Anderson doesn't look that great. Doesn't get the W. Gets the no decision, but Dodgers win the game. And then today, when we record this, Kershaw goes up against Hunter Green. The biggest thing of this whole series, I think Bellinger, Justin Turner, and Max Muncy won a combined, I think, 9 for 11, which is crazy because they usually all don't hit at all, but all three of them did on the same day. Belly hits a 3-0 home run, smokes one. Max Muncy hit it. It's a fucking moonshot. So maybe these guys are coming around at the perfect time going into Atlanta. But let's talk about the best thing about this week. Okay. What do you think the best thing was about this week? I'll tell you what it was, Jesse. The return of one Tryce Thompson. And I have your receipts, everyone. I have everyone's receipts. When we got Tryce Thompson, I was like, I like this move. I think it's great because you have Eddie Alvarez, who in the Cleveland series, we quickly learned he cannot play the outfield. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's an infielder, so whatever.
An ice skater. So
we go out and get Tryce Thompson since Mookie is going to be on the IL for 2 weeks. Tryce Thompson, in his first two IBs, strikes out on 6 pitches. Okay, it's not looking good. And people are just like, oh, like real big brain move, Friedman, blah, blah, blah. Like the dude had 2 at-bats, okay? And then he hits a double in the second game in Cincinnati, 2 ribbies. And then today hit a fucking upper deck moonshot home run. So
in Cincinnati,
Tryce Thompson, I think he's going to be on the roster for a while. So get used to it. Probably going to win MVP. Probably going to be an all-star.
Right. I love how you said when you were trying to say
using your logic, of course.
Willingness. You said willingness, and it just sounded. It took me a second to really understand what was happening because you said because just the lack of willingness is like. I guess that's something you need, some willingness. Fall flat. Flat line.
You're not funny.
I'm hilarious. My mom says I'm really funny. I'm a very special boy. Now, we need to talk about some stuff. We need to talk about my stud and dud of the week. I'm going to go first with my dud. It's going to go to one Tyro, not being my gyro at the moment, Estrada. Hitting 208 and striking out 8 times in 24 ABs. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is the 2 big errors he had this week. And there's multiple plays. I mean, Crawford goes down and you know, he's missing a couple games right now. But, you know, he can't make plays at short. They need, what I'm trying to get at is they need a fucking bat. They need a bat yesterday. They need to go, if they're serious about trying to compete this year, they need to get somebody. If they're not, then, and they're just trying to see what happens, then I don't know. Fucking say something, and you know, maybe tell me something on the side, Farhan. I'm sick of getting my hopes up and then just getting let down. We need a fucking bat and we need one bullpen arm. Okay, please just make it happen. And no, I'm not talking about Willie Calhoun. I'm talking about a legit bat. I did not know he was DFA last week. I just remember him being the big Dodger prospect, getting, you know, the return for you, Darvish. And I was like, oh, I wonder what he's doing this year. You know, it sucks that Duggar's gone. I have a huge man crush on Duggar.
A whole lot of jack defense, shit.
His defense is a Gold Glove caliber center fielder. You know, it got to be worth at least something. Turns out Willie Calhoun got DFA'd and no one wanted him. And so now, I mean, he did come up as an infielder, so maybe they're trying to work him out.
Dude, Farhan's a genius, bro.
He is a genius.
He
just got Austin Wins, the best catcher in baseball.
I thought you were going to...
And Luis Gonzalez.
I thought you were going to come in here and be like, Willie Calhoun, future MVP, future all-star, huge brain move.
Right.
Nah, dog.
After
doesn't compare to Andrew Fleeceman getting Tryce
off.
Thompson for free. Okay.
That's
for
so
free.
Stupid.
For cash. For free.
So my stud.
It was free.
Stud of the week Okay, I'm going to do a little honorable mention because we're talking about bats and how they need a big bat and a legit middle of the order everyday bat. But I want one guy to get a shot. Okay? And he would have gotten my stud, but just someone else has been just so fucking hot. I can't not pick him. But right now I just want to give an honorable mention to my guy Austin Slater, who's hitting .455 with 2 bombs. He's the best outfielder on defense right now. I mean, why is that guy not playing every day right now? I don't understand it, especially because, I mean, he's supposed to mash lefties, but against righties right now, he's hitting .286 and has a 916 OPS. Let the guy fucking start. Just give him that center field job. Let him see what's going on. And maybe they will now that Gonzo is on the IL. So hopefully that happens. But my stud is going to the guy whose arm is still intact, and that is one Carlos Rodon, who goes 15 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and 18 Ks. Yes, TikTok, don't freak out on me. It is over 2 games. I understand there's only 9 innings in a game. He started 2 times this week. So, comment. All right. Thank you. Yes. Rodon, the man, arm still intact.
That adds up.
Yep.
That adds up.
It is great. And fuck everybody else. And we got the Yerminator. So,
yeah,
game
cool
over.
Story.
That's our bat.
Cool. Yeah, he'll be in the minors for the rest of the season. Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah, I did like his celebration on getting traded. That was pretty funny.
People got a little upset
I also
about
would be
that,
stoked if I never had to. Dude, how stoked would you be to know that you're never going to have to be managed by Tony La Russa ever again? You'd be pretty fucking stoked.
I mean, and you know what? I feel like
no one wants to do that.
He's going to come up. Right, he's gonna be like someone's gonna get injured, like someone who's playing first base, either a rough or a belt's gonna go on the IL. He's gonna come up for like 2 games probably and have a huge hit. He's gonna Mike Ford it, Forever Giant Mike Ford RBI single to help win a game, get closer to the game. I don't even think they came back and won the game, but they got a little bit closer. But that's what's gonna happen with the Yerminator. He's gonna come in, he's gonna have a big hit. They're gonna win a game, and they're gonna win the division by 1 game. Thanks to the Yerminator. Thank you. Bye, Mike Talkman. What's up?
Yeah, that's never going to happen. Fuck Mike Talkman. Anyways, let's go to someone who actually still plays baseball. My stud of the week, Trey Turner. Listen to what my boy Trey Day did. My boy went 13 for 30, 2 dingers, 5 ribbies, batting .433 with a 1255 OPS. You're starting NL All-Star shortstop, Trey Turner. Yes, he will win the vote. It'll be great.
Yeah, probably.
He's leading the vote right now, along with Mookie Betts, the #1 vote getter in the National League. Freddie's going to be there. Tony Gonsolin's going to be starting. Dude, it's going to be sick. All-Star Game is going to be much-watch TV. I'll tell you what isn't must-watch TV. My dud, Craig Kimbrell, who, for all I care, blew 10 saves, gave up 100 runs. I don't care what his stat line was. He's bad. Okay? It doesn't even pass the eye test. It ain't good. He gives up hard contact. Yeah, what is his stat? Bad. That's what it says.
Lots of runs.
He just doesn't have it. And it really begs the question. What are we going to do? Because, dude, right now, we had to go out and get Tryce Thompson because we needed a right-handed outfield bat when we could have just kept AJ Pollock and not traded for Craig Kimbrell. Like, this is going to go down as one of the bigger goofs in Andrew Fleeceman's impeccable career, okay? This is... Unless my boy Tryce Thompson comes up and hits 30 dingers, then whatever. But no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
If Tryce Thompson comes up and hits 30 dingers, I will buy you Dugout Club tickets.
Perfect. There's talks of Dustin May potentially closing out games when he comes back, which makes a lot of sense because he's not going to be able to throw that much anyways. So good to preserve his arm. Dude, I saw people today being like, David Price should be the closer. Get the fuck out of here. David Price I barely trust him more than Craig Kimbrell. Barely. because I don't want to see David. I don't want to see Craig Kimbrell unless we have a 7-run lead. I'll settle for a 5-run lead with David Price. Okay. David Price isn't the fucking answer. He's not even going to be on the team by the time the year's over. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Dodgers do at the deadline. Well, we'll see. But Craig Kimbrell, not it. It's not chill. Pretty unchill.
Let's talk about some things that are not chill, Tyler, that we close out the time that this past week in our lives of baseball. Let's go around the league and let's talk about some weird, awkward shit. I don't understand. You want Aaron Judge to be on your team for a long time. You want to lock him up, all this kind of stuff. But you want to send him to arbitration. This is the last year of arbitration, by the way. A lot of players in the last year of arbitration get 20s. I think the highest, if I'm not mistaken, I should do a little more research, but I think the highest of arbitration was like 35 or something like that. Am I crazy?
I have no idea. That does seem extremely high.
Well, nonetheless, 21 million is nothing for
regardless.
I don't know anyone.
We all know what you're
21 millions.
We all know what you're alluding to.
So I don't get it. What the hell is the problem with?
And it's also more of like a good faith gesture,
right?
Yeah, it's a good faith gesture. Like, hey, we'll give you this. Make sure you come back to New York because we'll just give you a blank check, but we just want to make sure you're coming back.
Right.
I mean, that's it. This deal should have been done before the season started.
I don't think he's coming back.
The lockout, blah, blah, blah. We'll see. I kind of hope he stays because I don't want him coming to the National League. So
he is going to come to the National League. I'm just saying,
if he stays in the AL, I don't give a shit.
He has a framed jersey, signed jersey.
Oh
of Buster Posey
my God! Here we go.
He's from Fresno.
Oh,
he is a guy that he's just a guy, and he's going to be coming to San Francisco.
He is a guy. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Guys go to Fresno, and yeah, dude, I can't wait to see the Giants starting outfield. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge,
right?
Jock Peterson. God,
no, Jock
dude.
Peterson clean up.
He's going back to New York.
Best ever, Jock Peterson.
No, he's going to stay. But let's talk about a guy who's definitely going to be on the move once his deal's done in 2024. My boy Shohei Ohtani playing for the Dodgers.
Awkward.
Because we all know it. Bellinger and him, their contracts ending coincide with one another. Bye-bye, Belly. Hello, Shohei. Okay?
The Dodgers
dare I
payroll
say,
is way too high.
Konnichiwa, Shohei.
The Dodgers payroll is too high. They can't afford them.
It's not high enough.
First of all, they can't afford them. Second of all,
wrong.
Who was the team that got second place for Shohei?
I don't remember. Anyways, Shohei hits 2 fucking dongs the other night, 8 ribbies, and then the next night pitches 8 innings, 13 Ks, and you seem to have a problem with it because you think he's being overappreciated. Overappreciated. No, is what I'm saying.
No. That's
what you said.
Let me clear something.
That's what you said.
Shohei Ohtani is, because he's doing what he's doing on both sides of the ball, has to be the most valued player in baseball easily. He is. It's crazy what he's doing. It is absolutely insanity. It is crazy. But what I am sick of hearing about Shohei is we're not appreciating what he's doing. How are we not this guy's anytime he does anything, we're getting notified about it. And he should. That's great. I am very on board with hearing about what he's doing because he's dominating on both sides of the ball. He is killing it. I would love it if he came to the Giants and that would be the greatest thing in the world. But what I am sick of hearing is we're not appreciating. What else should we do? What else can we do that's supposed to be appreciated? Are we just supposed to just bow to him? Or Is there supposed to be a Shohei Ohtani channel? Is he supposed to be allowed to, you know, be a DH and just hit over and over for himself?
Yes,
There's
to all
already
those
a
things.
Ohtani rule. Like, what else can we do to appreciate Ohtani? We're doing it. He is killing it. I love it. It's crazy. It's great that I'm alive for this time.
I'll tell you the one thing.
We're appreciating it.
I'll tell you the one thing that would make people appreciate Ohtani more. If he played for a good team.
Yeah.
A team that wasn't fucking worthless.
Come to the NL West.
A team that like cannot figure it out. They have the best 2 players in baseball and they suck.
Ohtani is
dude.
a free agent win?
It sucks. After 2023.
Okay.
So he's this year, next year, and then he's a free agent.
Should the Angels trade Shohei Ohtani if they're out of it this year and or next year?
Oh
Go,
my
Tyler.
God. No. Because, dude, the Angels have to lock him up. They have to. He's a when we say generational talent, that phrase has never meant more than when you label Shohei Ohtani as a generational talent. They need to go out and get
the 2 guys
3
on that fucking
solid
team.
Yeah, they need to go get 3 solid starters this offseason to make him want to stay, because that's what they're lacking. And then you have Anthony Rendon, which, I don't want to play in LA, the Dodgers, blah, blah, blah. Well, that sure has worked out for the Dodgers because he cannot stay on the field. He's done for the rest of the season again. I think the rest of the season. So that contract's a fucking wash. You have Mike Trout, who's the second best player in baseball. And he's never going to see the postseason ever again.
That's the crazy thing about baseball, right? It's that you can have literally the top 2 best players, not even just in baseball right now, but like of this generation. If we're starting like after what Miggy and like Pujols, that was that generation. This generation for hitters, it's got to be Trout and what Ohtani's doing. That's what's crazy about baseball is what I'm trying to say is you could have the number 1 and number 2 and not even come close to the postseason because you also have to have a good starting rotation and you also have to have at least a halfway decent bullpen to back them up.
Yeah, and then you can play Garrett Cole $35 million and Tony Gonsolin's the best pitcher in baseball. So, that's the beauty of baseball, bro. It's Tony Gonsolin and Tyler Anderson, 2 of the best pitchers in baseball. I know you're jelly, dude. You're a little
what
jelly.
The hell is diversity?
Okay.
Let's talk about next week. Let's talk about next week, and let's get into what is going to happen with our teams next week. And I'm going to say it. Should I phrase it 2 more times the same way? I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to jump right into it. The Giants.
I was going to say, which way do you want to do it now? Because it's not going to work. It just whatever way you're doing it doesn't work. So maybe you should just not say anything.
Next to the week,
the Giants are going to play a game, and that's all people need to know.
The Giants are actually, this is kind of a big deal. The Giants are actually welcome in Cincinnati. This is the first time they have played each other since the infamous slap. Tommy Pham is not going to be suspended at this time. So Tommy Pham's going to be in the building in Oracle for 3 games, and then they're going to play Detroit for 2. So you know what? I know I tried to reverse jinx it. It didn't work. These are some shitty teams, dude. If you lose more than 1 game this week, I don't know. They need to win. They need to do a clean sweep or lose 1 to Cincinnati or sweep Cincinnati, and I can live with a loss to the Tigers because, I guess Mickey is the shit, and we'll see what happens. But whatever. And also, somebody hit Tommy Pham, please. I'm fucking just itching. I'm hoping for a 10-run game.
Dude,
someone needs to hit him.
Please.
And then Tommy Pham's going to for sure try to fight him.
Yeah, dog, we have not had any good benches clearing any sort of anything this season.
That's what I'm known as Ricky Bobby Inc.
What? Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Tommy Pham get drilled above the shoulders.
Oh.
And I want to see him do all his San Diego boxing ring, my friend owns a boxing ring shit on the field right then and there.
I'm thinking
But you have Jock Peterson already being a bitch about it, saying like, oh, I don't want anyone. I don't think there should be warnings issued. Nah. There should be the first pitch of Tommy Pham's first at bat above the shoulders. Let's see what happens.
Who's going to do it? Okay, I'm thinking I'm trying to think of who's the guy who can maybe take Tommy, because Tommy Pham does look like I'm not saying Tommy Pham's a bitch by any means, but because he looks like he can fight, but
I am. He would fuck us up, but I could still call him a bitch.
Yeah, call him a bitch, and then he'll fight
murder
you.
Me, but he's still a bitch.
Our podcast is going to blow up, and you get your ass kicked. So I just reap the benefits, and I don't have to get my ass kicked. So that would be amazing. So we'll go with that. But if we're going through the Giants bullpen, I'm thinking it might have to be Dom Leone. I think maybe he'll go a little like crazy, or it could be with a sneak attack, someone who doesn't seem like it. Maybe like a Tyler Rogers. Like he'll be very zen, and he comes up to him and he just hits him in the pressure point. Paralyzed for 10 seconds. Maybe that's what happens.
No, I think you have Disco do it, because Disco sucks. So you can afford to have him out for a while.
I don't know what's going on with him, man.
I hope Carlos Rodon does it.
No, fuck that. We need Carlos Rodon. Fuck you. So that's not going to happen. But
well, exactly.
I'm really curious to see. I'm going to leave my suspicions and my worries about Disco till after second start coming back from the IL. So next week we will talk about Disco, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Disco's going to be great. It's going to be great. Staying alive. Disco.
Yeah. Dodgers. Freddie Freeman makes his anticipated return to Atlanta.
Might get booed.
Dodgers are going into Atlanta. They're hot. Okay, I know they played Cincinnati. Dude, if they boo him, they're so fucking dumb.
I don't think they will.
So dumb. I hope they do boo him. And then I hope he puts up fucking 4 home runs.
Right.
Yeah, which is dumb. But
yeah, well,
I'm saying the Dodgers are going to go into Atlanta. They're going to take 2 of 3. Okay, I think they're going to take 2 of 3. I know Atlanta's white hot. They've won like 18 of 21, which is insane. But I think the Dodgers are starting to get the ball rolling a little bit. And this is where they're going to really take off. So I'm saying 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. Then we're going to Colorado. I say we take 2 out of 3 there. Okay, so we're looking at 4 and 2. And then we have a Thursday game in San Diego, at home against San Diego. That will be on the next podcast, but let's just get into it real quick. Just that first game, I think the Dodgers take it.
Okay.
Because we need to. Because San Diego's only back 1 game. So, we don't have to really worry about the Giants right now, the Frisco Giants, because they're playing like shit, just like we all knew they would. And we knew last year was the fluke. So now we're looking towards the Padres. Giants are going to get worked by the Reds. And everything's just going to be great. Everything is just going to be good in Tyler Land. Okay, Jesse Land's going to be shit, just like it's always been. But I think the Giants are just going to fall further proving last year was a fluke. And yeah, things are going to be great.
Or the Giants
Tryce
are going to
Thompson,
squeak into the playoffs and
future MVP Tryce Thompson.
It's going to be
come on,
great. It's
you don't want none of this.
I want all of it, like inside your face.
Doubt it. Real quick before we wrap up, I do want to say I'm really curious to see if the Dodgers are going to DFA Eddie Alvarez, because if they want to bring up Jake Lamb, they're going to have to clear a roster spot on the 40-man because Jake Lamb's not on it. And I feel like Eddie Alvarez has no value whatsoever at this point, so
he can ice skate.
Might as well let him go, because you have McKinstry who can actually play the outfield and he can play the infield positions. You have Alberto, who's going to be your utility guy the whole time.
But who's going to skate?
So, Eddie, see ya. Yeah, that's true. Dude, you know who could skate? Zach McKinstry could skate, okay? He went to Central Michigan.
Skaters.
He knows how to ice skate, all right? Maybe not as well as Eddie Alvarez, but he'll be able to pull it off. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Team X Blades for life. Yeah, it's going to be a good week for the Dodgers. It's going to be a bad week for the Giants, and that's enough said about that. This episode was brought to you by Renovation Candle Company.
It definitely
who
was.
does not support people who dressed up in cape shit costumes, because that's fucking dumb. So if you dress up in cape shit costumes, you pay double here at Renovation Candle Company.
He's got to hear that and be like, no, I'm going to prove him wrong by ordering candles and they're going to charge me regular price. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Bench is Clear podcast. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube, and follow us on socials, please. It is Twitter, Benches Cleared P, Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, and TikTok, Benches Cleared, where people are just arguing with each other about everything to stats, to Jesus, to what costumes. It's insane over there. So come hang out with us. I've been doing lives there every once in a while too after Giants games. Come hang out with me. It'd be great. But if not, I'll see you next week. We will be here talking about the week in Giants and Dodger land, whatever, grand, whatever. We're ending this episode. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Tryce Thompson's going yard in Atlanta and in Colorado. Just saying, go Dodgers.